All right, so today we are changing, well, not changing, but we are painting the tow hooks. And I would have shown you how easy it is to take off this bumper. It's literally take those two bolts out the front, then you got a bolt on the side and one on that side. The socket size is 1/2 and 18 millimeters, what you're gonna need to get your bumper off. It's literally 6 bolts total, comes off in a matter of seconds. I do advise though, before you do it like I did it, detach this harness first, because that was not good, and hopefully I didn't do any damage to the actual harness. But next step we're gonna take here is finding the right socket size to pull these tow hooks out. So you got these 3 bolts you got to take out. Make sure it's turning in the right direction. All right, come out. All right, might have to put some hands on it real quick. All right, so I got all the bolts free, as you can tell by my heavy breathing, because I didn't have my breaker bar. I had that tiny little ratchet. But anyway, and it's cold. Now it'll come off. Smells funny.
Smell my finger. Oh, what the hell is that? My ass.
Oh shit, that's a lot heavier than I thought it would be. Okay. Now I gotta remember which one's driver and which one's passenger, of course. Or I'm gonna... And which way faces up? Gosh darn it. Imagine that faces down. So, stick these in so they don't get lost. Had to make sure my tires were pumped up on the old shit box over there, so that if I have to go anywhere, because I obviously have opened a can of worms here, and I probably won't be done with this today. Wow, this is really interesting doing it one-handed and over the top, just for you guys. Oh, come on. I was having a hard time finding the hole.
That's what she said.
Damn, and I forgot how heavy that was already. Glad I didn't have my hand under it.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Good one. Okay, so gotta remember driver from passenger. Oh, it's got a stamp. I won't forget. Haha. Don't need to remember a thing. It did it for me.
I can figure it out. I can figure it out. I can figure it out. I can figure it out.
So now I gotta get these in there, start sanding them down, and get them prepped for paint. All right, so we're getting there. 1 minute at a time. I fired up this thing, this little orbital sander, and it just kicked up a lot of dust, and I didn't feel like putting on my respirator, so I'm just hand cranking away, guys.
For the Lord hath given unto me 3 able men, willing to help me with a hand job.
What type of job is this exactly?
All right, so I got this about as good as I want it to be. Obviously, the parts that aren't going to be making contact, I just strip the clear coat off of it. I got all this down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with a higher grit sandpaper to get some of the scratches out of it. And then I'm going to prime it and then sand that before painting it. Now I got this one to do. Yay. Right, so I got the first one primed just now. I'm going to show you what products I'm using. This is the primer, and it says it's paintable within 15 minutes. So it says, what does it say? Spray surface, blah, 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 blah. Can be sanded or top coated within 15 minutes. That's pretty cool. And then I got this Duplicolor Victory Red that should match the GM tow hooks on the new like GMC 2500 AT4s, things like that. If I sound muffled, it's because I finally broke down and put a mask on. Tired of black boogers. This is the primed product. And I'm gonna hit it with another coat here in a minute. I took it outside and then brought it back in so it'll dry. But yeah, so I gotta keep going because I gotta get my bumper back on my truck, at least this weekend. And today's Saturday. I need my truck for work Monday. So, improvising. All right, I got tired of standing there holding it. This thing takes forever to warm up, but she's getting toasty now. But yeah, that kind of worked out perfectly. I thought about it. It catches on the ladder right there, stays its ass put, and I can go back over here to sanding this one. All right, so I got like 3 coats of primer on this bad boy. It's a little chipped up in places, but it's gonna be fine. That's the bottom side anyway. So I made this little contraption, little U-bolt, little garage wall hanger thingy majigger, and now I gotta paint it with some of this. I got so excited shaking the paint can that I forgot to push record. We're gonna do a real light coat first. I always like painting things with multiple sides so you accidentally overspray things you're not supposed to. Or not overspray, but overcoat. That thing's heavy as hell, boy. It's like a solid 5 pounds, and holding it out with an extended arm feels like a lot more than 5. All right, so we gotta take that in and let it dry. Always remember to shake your can between coats and during coats. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to do that, but it's gonna get enough shaking in my opinion. And I don't really care if it gets a little red on it. I gotta sand it all down anyway. So, but I'm just gonna hold this because I found that to be more effective. Gosh knows. That's the hard part. Oh gosh. It gets heavy after a minute, fellas. Or ladies, if y'all are watching. I don't want to be exclusive or anything. Oh, look at that. Now I can hold it. I just gotta get my worn out gloves a little more worn out. And I'm really just under the impression that paints just add more layers of protection to my gloves. Oh man, it's starting to pop. And to think I was about to let some jackknob in the comments tell me that red would look ugly. I want y'all to keep telling me not to do stuff. I'm gonna do everything y'all tell me not to do. All right, let's get that third and final coat. I think that's the right amount of coats. I don't know, but it seems like it'll do. And I scratched it up a little bit, but that's the underside anyways. So I'm gonna hit that. Doesn't matter, you'll never see it. It's gonna bother me more that I know that it's there. All right, this is the tricky part. I ain't got good light out here. Good Lord. I was to be damned if I was going to spend $200 on new ones. And there was nothing wrong with these, except for they just weren't pretty no more. Alright. Now I got to remember which way it has to orient, because it's very important at this point. I guess like that. We'll find out, huh? Son of a bitch, I'm shaking. I'm shaking because this thing's a pain in the ass to hold. It's kind of like that one scene in The Punisher.
No, mine weighs 8 pounds. Not much. But try holding it with an outstretched arm.
All right. Looks good to me. Let's go. go hang her up. Yeah, that looks like factory stock brand spanky, boy. Yeah, I was looking at red ones. They were like $200-300. And they're not Ford, they're just some off-brand. So these actually have a Ford stamp on them. So I don't know if it's the first person, I'm the first person to do this with a white truck with the 06 Ford, but I know that I'm pretty happy with it. All right, so this is the shot I missed on that side, but I made sure to take it for you guys this time. Anyway, look at all that freaking dirt coming out. It's probably just good measure to disassemble your whole vehicle every couple decades just to get the dirt out and keep shit from rusting. All right. Nice and ugly, just the way I expected it to be. All right, so we gotta sand this one up real quick. That one's on its last coat of primer, and it's about to get some black paint. So this works good to get all the oil and stuff out of the paint before you, or off the surface before you paint it. But for like more professional things, like if I was trying to do some real paint match on the truck, I would definitely use like a wax and grease remover made for it. But this stuff works pretty good. All right, so let's get to it. I gotta sand this up real quick. Quick, easy job. I'm just focusing this area. This will get a little bit of, and then, because you'll never see it, just mostly protecting it from rust. This is 200 grit. Just try to get it so it doesn't look so gouged up. I'm not a painter by any means. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I just read the directions on the can. We got all pieces painted. Now, I just gotta let it dry. And then tomorrow, I get to put on that 2K clear coat. I didn't finish last night. Between all the fruit salads and the paint fumes, I was pretty done by about 8 o'clock. Oh look, it's my buddy who steals stuff for me. Alright, so this is Spray Max 2K clear coat. This stuff is serious business. It works good, but you gotta wear a respirator. And this is pretty cool how you open it. Screw this in the bottom, or put it in the bottom. And then push it down. Like that. That's supposed to release the hardening agent. We'll find out. All right, lots of cussing and 2 bruised kneecaps later, it's done. So I even went ahead and threw some new fog lenses in. I think it looks nice. So I've got to go back and adjust this bumper just a little bit because it's gapped out here, and I can never seem to get it perfect. But I figure if I lower that side just a little bit and pull that one up, it might balance out some. It's just a little lower on the left, and it always has been, so it could just be a defect. But I'm happy with it. I scratched this just a little bit getting it on there. So I got to go back in with some touch-up paint. And I'll cry about that later off camera. But, yeah, so the next thing to do, I'm going to order a new, and I kind of did this ass backwards, but this thing's all chewed up. And I'm going to end up, because they sell these for like $100 paint matched, I'm going to order a new one. And then put the bottom valence on there, and we'll have a new truck. I was so mad at first because I couldn't get my fog lights to turn on, but then I realized you gotta actually have the keys in the ignition to make the fog lights work. So we're gonna show you put some new LEDs. They're Ox Auto. I'm gonna put them in the description. And they are pesticide orange. They're supposed to be great for the fog. And these were like, I think they were like 20 bucks. 15, 20 bucks on Amazon. And they got little fans in them, you can hear it. So, strange enough though, these lenses are upside down. And that's something else I had seen in not the lenses themselves, but the numbers on them are upside down. I'd seen that in the reviews, but if all it is a stamp, I really don't care. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.